For this activity, we're going to predict the range. Ultimately, we're going to predict the range from the angle. This is the setup we'll start with. You have your projectile launcher right here. It will be at 35 degrees, will be the angle it's at. You need to have books set up over here, which are the same height. The top of this book should be the same height as the top of the muzzle launcher. Once you get it set to 35 degrees, you just fire it. As you can see it. You're going to measure. You will measure two things when you fire it. You will measure the distance, the horizontal distance, and the height. Now you may find before you do this, you may need to do several trials to get your book set up. You can do some practice trials. Do some practice trials to make sure that the projectile is going to hit the books. These projectile launchers are not super consistent, so you may get it set up and you may have one then that changes, that misses. We'll just redo it until you get one that works. Just get it set to where at least most of the launches hit the books. Then pick one, and I would measure the time and the distance, which we know how to do. Okay? From that time and distance, and this is in your instructions will tell you what to do. You will find the horizontal velocity. From the horizontal velocity, you will find the muzzle velocity. Then you'll set the projectile launcher at 80 degrees. I don't have that on the video, but I'll turn it up to 80 degrees. Now I have a new angle, but we are going to assume that our muzzle velocity is the same. So from knowing that it's 80 degrees and we have the muzzle velocity and the angle, we should be able to predict what the distance and the time will be. Once we've made that prediction, we will fire it a second time. Then, as always, we find the percentage difference in between our predictions and what we actually got. The only error you need to do is the impact of your X error. Estimate what you think your error is in the range, and you might take into account if you've shot it 3 or 4 times and it bounces a little bit different each time. It's not your error in measurement, it's the error in the distance that the projectile launcher consistently does. And then work through the impact of that error, work it through, and show what kind of difference it would have made in your prediction on the 80-degree angle. Good luck.